So we got some big news out of Alibaba this morning, guys, and all the Chinese stocks out there are on fire today, so we have a lot to break down in this video. If y'all find value, smash that like button, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 17 stocks for Moomoo. Link down below. More on that later, and now let's dive into it. So check it out, guys. Alibaba stock is up over 13% today, so when you see that, a stock up 13%, you better believe there's some good news that came out. We can see here yesterday or earlier this week, I mean, it was at under $80 at one point. Maybe that was last week. Either way, we went from under $80 to now pushing $100. Now we're moving out of the moving averages and we're starting to fully break out by the looks of it, right? So Alibaba said today it will split its company into 6 business groups, each with the ability to raise outside funding and go public, in the most significant reorganization in the Chinese e-commerce giant's history. And each business group will be managed by its own CEO and board of directors, and Alibaba said in a statement that the move is designed to unlock shareholder value and foster market competitiveness. Let me actually pull up this article very quickly, guys, so we can see exactly how these 6 business groups, how the company is going to be broken down. So let me actually pull this up and make my face a little bit smaller. There we go, guys. Bear with me here. Let's do this right now. Bear with me, guys. So right here, you guys can see the Cloud Intelligence Group. Let me actually zoom in a little bit so you guys can see this. We have the Cloud Intelligence Group here at the top. Alibaba CEO Daniel Zhang will be head of this business, which will house the company's cloud and artificial intelligence activities. Then under that, we have the Taobao Tmall Commerce Group. This will cover the company's online shopping platforms, including Taobao and Tmall. You guys can see that right there. Under that, we have the Local Services Group, Yu Yang Fu. And by the way, guys, if I'm butchering these names, I apologize. I'm not an expert in saying Chinese names. I've butchered them in the past before, but I'm trying my best, guys. I'm trying my best. Local Services Group, led by Yu Yang Fu, will be CEO, and the business will cover Alibaba's food delivery service, Ele.me, as well as its mapping. And by the way, guys, Alibaba is such a big business. There's so many different segments of the business. So essentially what they're doing right now is breaking these down and adding, again, their own CEO and board of directors to all of these different segments, which honestly, I think that's a good move moving forward here. Then under that, we have the I can't even say that, guys, Smart Logistics, which Wen Lin will continue as CEO of this business, which houses Alibaba's logistics service. All right, awesome. That's great. Then under that, we have the Global Digital Commerce Group. You guys can see right here. And then we have Jiang Fan will serve as CEO. You guys see that right here. This unit includes Alibaba's international e-commerce businesses, including AliExpress and Lazada. You guys can see. Then under that, the 6th and final unit, we have Digital Media and Entertainment Group, who Fan Lu Yuan will be CEO. I'm butchering these names, guys, of this unit, which includes Alibaba streaming and movie business. So yeah, that's the big news, guys. And of course, you all know the $600 billion wipeout. Around $600 billion of value has been wiped out since Alibaba's share price peaked in October of 2020, which I think was at almost $500 a share. Let me actually come back here to ThinkOrSwim so we can see exactly where the stock price was at that point. So that's the big news, guys. That's the big news. Again, Alibaba's up over 13% right now, and we have a bunch of other Chinese names, which we'll cover here in a second. They're moving up as well. We can see Alibaba's all-time high back in October was $319.32. That was back in October of 2020. And even with this move of 13%, guys, which is great, up over $11, we're pushing $100 a share. We're still clearly in a downtrend on Alibaba. And honestly, guys, I don't see this thing reversing anytime soon until it could start clawing its way out of 130 and preferably $150. If we could start breaking out of the mid-hundreds, we start pushing this 180 SMA on the 3-year chart, which is right around 175. All right, maybe at that point we could start reversing, but we're not anywhere near that point as of now. But I think this is a very good sign for the company moving forward. And one thing worth mentioning is we do have a head and shoulders on Alibaba here on the 4-hour chart, but we're actually slowly starting to break out of the neckline, which is actually a very good sign for the bulls. The neckline was right around $94-ish, 95. You can see that's where the left shoulder formed back in December, early mid-December, right? Then we broke out to 120. The fact that we're breaking that neckline now, that's very good for the bulls, and it could start running past $100. And by the looks of it, guys, that's where this thing is heading, as now it is up almost 14% on the day, and we have 10 cent moving up as well. Let me pull this up. TCEHY is the ticker on 10 cent. 10 cent, which yesterday, you guys remember, had a little red day. I think it was down 3-4%. Now it's rebounding. It's up 7%, up almost to $50 a share, up over $3 a share on the day. And you guys can see it's taking out the highs from the beginning of this month, which is great. And we're also taking out the highs from a couple of days ago, which those highs from last week, the end of last week, were right around $48.50, roughly $48.30. So we saw the temporary gap down yesterday, the pullback, which, mind you, we consolidated all day yesterday at about 46, and today we're getting that massive gap up above the highs from yesterday, and again, the highs from the end of last week. So 10 cent looks really good here from the bullish perspective. I feel like this could be making its way back towards the highs from the beginning of February, end of January, being anywhere from 51 to 52, 53 bucks. That's where this thing could be going. So 10 cents looking really good. Alibaba's looking good. JD.com is also making a move today, although this chart does not look as good as the other ones, not nearly as good. It's still up on the day, up 4% on the day, up to around 41 bucks a share, and it is slowly starting to break out of the 50 SMA. We could argue there is an inverse head and shoulders on this 20-day chart. Let me pull that up and show you guys if it wants to work. Come on, come on. There we go. You guys see that inverse head and shoulders, right? We have the left shoulder right here, boom. The head's right there, boom. Then we have the right shoulder, so that's starting to break out. It's playing out. It's looking decent, but on the 4-hour, again, we're still on this downtrend. You got to be mindful of that. And if we do see a breakout on JD, let's say above $45, $46, that could be where we start to reverse. If we start breaking out of the 180 SMA on the 4-hour, which we're not showing any signs of that yet, but we could be here in the near-term future. Who knows? I'll set my alert at 46 bucks, and we'll see where it goes from there, guys. And before we move on, guys, and talk about the stock market very quickly here, the S&P and the NASDAQ, make sure you guys get up to 17 stocks from Moomoo using that link down below. No joke, you have 3 more days to do that. If you haven't done that already, use that link. Open up an account. You get 1 free share of stock. If you deposit at least 100 bucks, you get 4 more free shares, plus 2 shares of either ticker symbol AI, which is C3AI. I think that stock price is over 20 bucks a share now, or you'll get 2 shares of BBAI. So right off the bat, if you deposit at least 100 bucks, you're getting 7 stocks, guys. And if you deposit at least 1,000 bucks, you get 10 more stocks, totaling 17 free stocks. So if you want some free money, you want to help out the channel, use that Moomoo link down below. Get your free money. I appreciate you all as always. And now let's continue on here with the S&P 500. And mind you, guys, the overall markets today are leaning more towards the red. Sure, we have the Russell up 0.2, the Dow's up 0.1, they're barely up, but we have the NASDAQ down 0.9, and we have the S&P 500 down 0.3%. Not the best day for those 2 ETFs. Let's see what's going on here, guys. So clearly, we're still trading under the moving averages on the 4-hour chart, or at least under the main 180 moving average, which isn't the best sign for the bulls, and it seems like here on the 20-day chart, we are continuing to see that lower high being put in. And today, in fact, if I pull the 5-day up, we're failing at the lows, or rather, we're taking out the lows from yesterday on SPY. Yesterday, we hit roughly 395, and look, earlier today, guys, we hit 394.50. We took the lows out. We saw a little bit of a rally, and we're clearly putting in lower highs here on the 5-day, 5-minute here, throughout the course of today, which is not the best sign at all for the bulls. In fact, by the looks of it, guys, this seems like it could go even lower. We can maybe see another down move towards the lows from earlier today. At least that's kind of what I'm thinking here on SPY. And let me pull up Triple Q and see what that's looking like. Yeah, it's very similar. You know, Triple Q today hit a low of 305, which is way under the low from yesterday being about 308, and clearly we're under the lows from the past couple of days. We can see past couple of days we've kind of held above 307, 308, and now we're at 305. So yeah, this is clearly breaking down to the downside on the 4-hour chart. We can see now we're starting to fall under the 50 SMA. We might have some more downwards, momentum here, maybe towards 298, 300, right around this 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. That's where this could be going. And the VIX right now, guys, is down a little bit. Where's the VIX at? It's down 0.6% on the day thus far, and I feel like there could be a spike any minute now on the VIX. I could be wrong, but like I said yesterday, like I've been saying, each time the VIX gets down to the low 20s, and right now it's at 20.4, right? And especially in the teens, we see spikes on the VIX shortly thereafter. So I'm watching the VIX, looking to see if we get a spike. Of course, I'm watching UVXY, which right now is getting beaten down. It's under $5. It's at $2, and rather, it's down $2, or not $2, 2.5%. It's down 12 cents on the day. Again, under $5. So this, if it comes down lower mid fours, I'm going to be looking to pull the trigger on UVXY. We'll see how it goes, guys. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And of course, make sure to subscribe to this channel and my second channel, Stas Talks Money. That's linked down below. Don't forget to also get up to 17 stocks for Mumu, and check out my Patreon. If you guys want to see me build out my Patreon portfolio, that's exclusive to the members on Patreon. You get Discord access. You also see my charts and thoughts throughout the day, and you get more one-on-one access with me throughout the day. All of that is linked down below on Patreon. And with that being said, cheers, guys. I will catch you in the next video. Peace out.